passage of Jupiter from this house, because moreover Jupiter is in its own house. And even if enmity will happen, it will be with very learned people, with the person of stature. It will not from the lowly person. Just remember this. Namaskar friends. The master of divines, Jupiter, also called Guru and Brihaspati, is moving his own sign Pisces after 2 years, after spending 2 years in the Saturnian signs Capricorn and Aquarius. He is feeling elated, moving to the watery sign Pisces, and it certainly impact you, me and everyone. But let us see, before seeing how it is going to impact everyone, in what way it is impacting, let us understand one or two things. First thing, that it is the Vedic saying that the houses, signs occupied by the Jupiter gets destroyed, and the houses and signs which get the aspect of Jupiter get prosper. When I am saying the aspect of Jupiter, I mean Vedic aspects. What are Vedic aspects? These are 5th, 7th and 9th from the house or sign where Jupiter is posited. Okay, so 3 houses will prosper, 1 house will get destroyed, but the destruction will not be so destructive because Jupiter is feeling elated, he is feeling emotional, so he will not be so much destructive. But how it will harm, let us understand in this video. Second thing, yes, Jupiter is coming out of the Saturn's zodiac sign, but still it will be in the under the influence of Saturn, because the Saturn is in Capricorn currently, and from his 3rd Vedic aspect it will see the Jupiter. So Jupiter will feel, oh, still I am under the grip of Saturn, so its impacts will be interpreted in that way. Let us understand. Okay, third thing I want to inform that whatever prediction I am going to inform you here, it will be as per the Vedic Ascendant, Vedic Lagna. It will not be as per the solar sign which runs for around 1 month. It will not be as per lunar sign which runs for 2¼ month days, but it will be as per ascendant, which is only for 2 hours. Due to this limited period, running period, our predictions will be more focused and accurate, and as in our last videos, they will come more and more true. So let us start our predictions. If you don't know your ascendant, Vedic ascendant, just inform in our comment section after subscribing our channel, your name, your date of birth, time of birth and place of birth. Our team will inform you accurate Vedic ascendant without any charge. Okay, so let us start our story. First zodiac sign, Aries, also called Mesa. In Sanskrit, in the Mesa, the Jupiter is moving in the 12th house, the house of losses, house of investment, house of confinement, house of foreign going, house of jail, house of asrama, house of bed pleasure, house of your bedroom, everything, house of sex, everything. It is the house where Jupiter is going, and certainly it is going to destroy a bit. How? Your sleeping disorder. Yes, certainly new things will come, because Jupiter is the planet of knowledge. So if you encounter planet of knowledge, then certainly something will come to your knowledge, and you will lose a bit sleep. So don't get disturbed, do some meditation and go some hermit or asrama of some good guru. You will again get your equilibrium. Your sleeping disorder will be recovered, or otherwise you may contact Astrodevam, we'll resolve the thing. From which here Jupiter is aspect your 4th house. the house of houses, house of your home, your vehicles, your mother, your domestic comfort, everything pleasant. This is the, and certainly you may get new home. You are not going to get new mother, but something regarding your mother may happen, good or bad. It depends on a horoscope, but something will happen. You may get new vehicle, you may change your house, you may change your city. It will be something like this. But understand that when your 12th and 4th house both are activated, it means if changes will happen, change will be very long distance. It will not be this house and the adjacent house. It will be very long distance. And here Jupiter is also aspecting your 6th house. 6th house is the house of diseases, enemies, quarrels, legal cases, loans. Oh my God, all the bad things. But when Jupiter is aspecting it, they will be softened. Enmity will be very pleasant. Yes, loans. If you want to get loans, big loans, this is the period for getting loans, big loans. Your loans will be sanctioned. Suppose that you want to expand your business, it is the period where you may get loan very easily. Your decision related to Jupiter may come out, and you should take care of your health. And enmities with gentlemen. Yes, when Jupiter starts the enmity and quarrels, your enmity will be with the knowledgeable person, elated person, not with very lowly persons. You should remember this. So don't do this. Just understand why this enmity and quarrel. Okay, and the last house aspected by the Jupiter is your 8th house, house of obstacles, house of hurdles. How it is called house? It is called deep pit, full of darkness. It is something like our astrology says that, but from this darkness many things come out. If you get some lottery, everything surprising comes from this. Even a spiritual enlightenment also come from this house. Jupiter may also cause this, and unearned income. Suppose that the properties being received in inheritance, everything comes from this. So it is a possibility that something may happen to your mother, and your mother, you may inherit a lot of property from your mother. So these things may happen. These are very mixed results for the Aries Ascendants, and they should remain a bit conscious while running on this path of Jupiter transit. If they are conscious, they have virtues, they don't do any wrong thing, the period will pass very smoothly, very fruitfully. Otherwise, they may suffer. Aries Ascendants. And regarding the period, 2 periods I want to earmark from 13th April 2022 to 29th April 2022 and 12th July 2022 to 17th January 2023. Your 4th house and 12th house is getting activated. So you may buy a house at some foreign place, or you may change your house, or you may sell your house, or you may invest your house, or you may repay your debt after selling your house. One thing you should also understand, that you may go to some hospital due to some accident. You may go to some hospital due to some vehicular accident. So drive cautiously, because your 8th house, I already told you that Jupiter is going to affect sometime. Okay, another period is 28th April to 12th July in 2022, and in 17th January to 22nd April in 2023. These two periods, your 8th house, house of hurdles, and these things are getting activated, and something bad or something good may come in a very surprising way. You may be jailed in a very surprising way, or you may get some lottery in a very surprising way. So don't do anything which may cause big hurdle in your life in this period. But if you are fond of lotteries, contact some good astrologer. He will tell you very fortunate period. You may get lottery, or you may get some unexpected wealth. This is the prediction, our prediction for the Aries Ascendant. For your spouses, you should listen what I am going to say. For the Libra Ascendant, for your children, you should listen what I am going to say about the Leo Ascendant. For your mother, you should listen what I am going to say about the Cancer Ascendant. And for your father, you should listen what I am going to say about the Sagittarius Ascendant. For your elder brother and sisters, you should listen what I am going to say about the Aquarius Ascendant. And for your younger brothers and sisters, you should listen what I am going to say about the Gemini Ascendant. So this is all for the Aries. Now I am going to tell about the Taurus Ascendant. For the Taurus Ascendant people, Jupiter is going into your 11th house. 11th house is the house of gains, profit, and everything. Wow, this is something like lottery. Okay, and believe me, but it is the house, also house of your friends and your elder brother and sisters. So they may get destroyed, something harm may happen to them. So just alert them and see if you are not in a bad company. Listen me, if you are not in a bad company. Okay. And from here, Vedic aspects of Jupiter are on your 3rd house, on your 5th house, and on your 7th house. 3rd house is the younger siblings, younger brothers and sisters, and the valor, your force, your efforts, and they are going to enhance. And due to your efforts and valor and intense activities, you may get some benefits, some gains. I already told you this is the whole year of gains and profits. So Taurus Ascendant, fight, do your best, give your best input, and certainly you will be benefited. I will get success like anything. And your 5th house, the house of creation, house of children, house of new issues is also activated. So if you are waiting for your children, that little sweet sound of children, please, this is the period for that blessing. So you may plan accordingly. And it is also the house of 7th house. 7th house is also activated. So this is house of marital happiness, marriage, partnership, new agreement. And so if you are dying for that happiness, marriage, this is also happening. And 5th and 7th house, when both are activated, it may happen that you may marry someone known to you. It is in India, it is called love marriage. In old times, it was called love marriage, because you are marrying some loved one. So this is also the period of activity started by the omnipotent Lord Jupiter. And if I'm talking about the period from 13th April to 29th April in 2022, and from 12th July in 2022 to 17th January 2023, your 3rd house is the house of courage and effort and valor, and the and your house of gains both are activated. So this is the best period for expansion. This is the best period for expansion. You may get profit and recognition and fame due to your own efforts. Okay, so this is the very good period for showing your strength and proving your might. Don't unleash your potent, unleash your power, unleash your might. And from 29th April to 12th July in 2022, and from 17th January to 22nd April in 2023, your 7th house is activated. I already told 7th house is the house of marriage, agreement, new relationships. So, and also the pleasure journey. So you wanted to go to pleasure journey for 2-3 days from nearby areas. This is the also house. So marry and go into new relationships. You will always be happy. So this is the thing. If you are for the Taurus ascendant, more or less good period. And if you want to know about your spouse, see the what I am going to say about the Scorpions ascendant. If you want to know about the your children, see what I am going to say about the Virgo ascendant. If you want to know what is in store for your mother, see what I am going to say about the Leo ascendant. If you want to know what is in store for your father, see what I am going to say about the Capricorn ascendant. If you want to know what is in store for your elder brothers and sisters, see what I am going to say for the Pisces ascendant. And if you want to know about your younger siblings, you have brothers and sisters, see what I am going to say about the Cancer ascendant. With this, I have told everything about the Taurus ascendant. Now we will go to Gemini ascendant. Gemini ascendants, Jupiter is moving into your 10th house, house of promotion, growth, recognition, fame. Gemini is moving like this. In the case of Gemini, Jupiter is moving like this. And with this, and Jupiter is also Lord of your 7th house. 7th house is the house of your marriage, partnership, but with this, it is also house of the business. So even if you are doing business, this is the time for expansion and growth. You will certainly get recognition and fame. Believe me, it will get wonderful. And one more thing, Jupiter is aspecting your 2nd house, house of wealth, immediate family, and resources, and your speech. So your wealth is going to increase. I already told you, you may expand your business. So your wealth is going to increase, and your wealth is and business is going to expand. Both things are running simultaneously. What can be better? What can be better? And your speech has some more gravity. People will learn more things from your speech. And Jupiter is also aspecting your 4th house, house of family, happiness, domestic happiness, house of houses and home, and house of vehicles. Every comfort you get from your domestic happiness is governed by the 4th house. The Jupiter is also aspecting this, so you should expect something good on this front. It is also aspecting your 6th house. 6th house is the diseases, loans, enmities, legal cases. Yes, so certainly these are the bad things, but Jupiter will soften. Yes, they will be activated, they will happen, but Jupiter will soften all of them. Ultimately, you will come out victorious. And beware of the diseases related to Jupiter, like diabetes or liver problem or something like this. You may check your horoscope with some good astrologer like me. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Okay, so these things are getting activated in your house, in your horoscope. So you may balance and plan accordingly. And if you ask about the specific period from 13th April to 29th April 2022 and 12th July to 17th January 23, your fourth house, your second house and the second house and the 10th house both are activated. It means certainly second house is the source of living and 10th house is the promotion. So it is certainly the indication of the sure promotion and growth, and your wealth may increase. It means promotion with the pay rise. Okay, what can be better than this? And one more thing, something good, even your family members may be instrumental in this growth. Your family members may be instrumental, immediate, your resources may be instrumental in your growth. You may earn a lot of money from your profession. It is something like this. And from 29th April to 12th July in 2022, and from 17th January to 22nd April in 2023, your sixth house is getting activated. Your sixth house is related to diseases, loans. I already told you bad things जो है. So in this period remain conscious. If you want to raise some big loan, it is the period for raising big loan, but don't confront people are at higher stage from you, because it is going to harm you. It is going to harm you. So don't confront persons who are knowledgeable, who are in a better standing than you in this period. Okay, so it is the all for the Gemini ascendants. And if you want to know about your spouses, see what I'm going to say for the Sagittarians. If you want to know about your children, see what I'm going to say about the Libra ascendants. If you want to know what is in store for your mother, see what I'm going to see for the Virgo ascendant. If you want to know what is going to happen for your father, see what I'm going to say for the Aquarius ascendants. If you want to know about elder siblings, brothers and sisters, see what I have just told about the Aries ascendants. If you want to know about younger siblings, younger sisters and brothers, say what I going to say about the Leo ascendant. Okay, thank you. With this for the Gemini ascendant, now I will discuss Cancerians. Cancer ascendant, Jupiter is moving into your ninth house of fate and destiny. Fate and destiny, nothing can be better than this, you might be thinking. And this is also the house of court cases, religious feelings, religious journeys. Your father, these houses are indicated by the Jupiter ninth house. So all these things will be activated. Court cases which were long pending may come out, getting new life, and your father may become more important into your life. You may undertake religious journeys, but they may not be very comfortable. They may not, because I already told you Jupiter where posited, it doesn't give good results, but since he is posited in his own sign, so it will not create big problems. And from here, Jupiter is aspecting your ascendant, any Cancer. Okay, so what is the impact? Yes, you will get your health will going to remain very good, but another impact of Jupiter is that your body may get fatty. This is the impact of Jupiter. Your body may get fatty. So just join gym and invest on some personality development, because people are going to take you very seriously, because Jupiter is aspecting you. So compared to the past Jupiter, people are going to see you very seriously. So make your personality better and do something for your physique and body. Okay, and Jupiter is aspecting your third house, the house of valor, the house of efforts, the house of courage, and certainly these are going to benefit. But it also indicates your younger brother siblings जो है, so something good or bad may happen regarding your younger brother and siblings. Yes, it's fine, but your valor and your efforts may see no bounds, no limits. And it is also the house of nearby journeys. So it may happen that you are transferred to a nearby city where you have to come in and come out on daily basis. Come and go back, return. Okay, it is something like this. And Jupiter is also aspecting your 5th house, the house of children, house of creation. So it may happen that yes, children may come out. You may be blessed with children in this period because Jupiter is aspecting. Certainly, it is a very good period. And for children. But one more thing I want to add here, due to your valor and efforts, you may come out of with some new book, some new creation, some new painting for which may give you fame in the long run. Okay, so this is the general understanding about the impact of Jupiter on the Cancer Ascendant. And so far as period is concerned, from 13th April to 29th April 2022, and from 12th July to 17th January 2023, your ascendant, it means you and your 9th house both are getting activated. So may involve yourself into some religious activities, some court proceedings, or you may get better understanding with your father, or something may happen to your father's good or bad, which may take a lot of time. You may go on a long journey for some foreign place, something like this. So it is something like this. Okay, and okay, and from 29th April to 12th July in 2022 and 17th January to 22nd April in 2023, your 5th house is activated. I already told you 5th house is the house of children. Be blessed with them. If you are waiting, if you are a senior citizen, create something. This is also house of creation, or fulfilling your hobbies. If you have long pending some hobby, invest your time, effort and money into this and feel saturated. What is harm? So it is something like this, how more or less it is a good period. Not extremely good, not something bad for the Cancer Ascendant. If you want to know about your spouse, how Jupiter is going to affect them, you should see what I am going to tell about the Capricornians. If you want to know about your children, you should see what I am told about the Scorpions. If you want to know about your mother, see what I am going to tell about the Librans. If you want to know about your father, just see what I am going to tell about the Pisces people. If you want to know about elder brothers and sisters, see what I already told about the Taurus people. And if you want to know about your younger brothers and sisters, see what I am going to tell about the Virgo Ascendants. So this was all about the Cancer Ascendant. Now I am going to tell about the Leo Ascendants. Now the Leo Ascendant. For the Leo people, the Jupiter has moved to their 8th house in the horoscope. 8th house means house of blockages, hurdles, even some scriptures say house of death. Is it so? Jupiter is highly benefic planet, and it is said that if it is posited in 8th house, it may increase the life. Yes. So, yes, Jupiter when posited in 8th house, it will destroy the effects, and while destroying effects, it will destroy the negative effects also. Okay. So, but simultaneously, the 8th house is the house of surprises, house of the depth. If you want to search something new, do some research, something invent, then 8th house always comes active, and if 8th house is not active, you will be not able to search something new, something miraculous. And even for spiritual attainments, the 8th house is very important. So when Jupiter has gone into 8th house, do your act in the right direction, get spiritual achievements, search something new for the humankind or for your benefit. I don't know in which direction you are thinking, but do something, get the benefit. Jupiter has gone into its own zodiac sign in the 8th house. So some surprise, some very beautiful surprise is awaiting you. Don't wait. Okay, and from here, Jupiter is aspecting 12th house. 12th house is the losses, but 12th house is also the house of change, house of bed pleasures, it is house of confinement. Simultaneously, it is house of living in a ashrama. Okay, living in ashrama, going to foreign place and being confined for a particular purpose is also signified by the 12th house. Yes, 12th house also signifies jail, hospital, and so many things. So if you wanted to serve some hospital, some patients in hospital, the time has come. Jupiter has opened the path for you. The service of the mankind is awaiting you. Go and do it. And the best thing is that 8th house is 12th house aspected by Jupiter indicates expenditure in the positive direction for creating some wealth. Yes, and Jupiter is also aspecting your second house. Second house is the house of wealth, your immediate family, your speech, everything. So if it is Jupiter is aspecting your second house, something positive may come out. It certainly your family will enhance, family will enhance, and wealth will enhance, and new sources of income may come out. It may be from the foreign place because 12th house is also activated. And moreover, Jupiter is also aspecting your 4th house, house of home, house of houses, house of mother, house of domestic comforts, house of vehicles. Everything which is comfortable comes in the purview of 4th house, or now Jupiter is aspecting. So when your 12th house is active, house of expenditure, investment is active, and your 4th house is active, house of home, house of building, so if you have surplus income, start constructing some building, because otherwise also the money is going to has to go out, and simultaneously your wealth is also increasing with the aspect of Jupiter. So what you can do, if you are aspiring to create some big building, start constructing. Wealth will come, expenditure will happen on the building, but building will be ready. So this is the very good way to do some new construction and create a beautiful home. You may purchase a new vehicle for you. These things may happen to you. This is the way of Jupiter. And if you want to create something, new source of income, this is also a way, especially you are from real estate or vehicle industry. It is something like this. Now, if you go by the period from 13th April to 29th April in 2022, and from 12th July to 17th January 2023, Jupiter is highly activating your 12th house as well as your 8th house. So in these two periods, what you can do, these two houses are considered very problematic, very hurdle oriented, something like this. These two houses are called. So be at ease, keep your calm and welcome, because Jupiter is not going to harm you. And if you want to make some investment, do it. If you invent something new, you can do it. So just let these periods pass very patiently and use them in your benefit. Use them in your benefit. And from 29th April to 12th July and in 2022, and from 17th January to 22nd April in 2023, Jupiter is aspecting your fourth house. So this is the period for domestic comfort and domestic comfort, as well as for creating something on that field. And believe me, the money will come in a very surprising way, because your eighth house is always active throughout the year. But if you have some property, some legal issues may come up. And second thing, you may inherit some property in a very surprising way, because fourth and eighth house combined way, they are giving this miraculous impact. Now, if you want to see what is in store for your spouse, see what I am going to tell for Aquarius Ascendants. If you want to know what is in store for your children, you may listen what I am going to say about Sagittarius Ascendants. If you want to know what is in store for your mother, see what I am going to tell about the Scorpio Ascendants. And if you want to know what is in store for your father, say what I already told about the Aries Ascendants. If you want to know what is in store for your elder siblings or friends, say what I have told already about the Gemini Ascendants. If you want to know what is in store for younger siblings, brothers and sisters, see what I am going to tell about the Libra Ascendants. So in this way, we have complete discussion about the Leo Ascendants. Now I will cover Virgo Ascendants. Virgo Ascendants, Jupiter is going to place its feet in your seventh house, house of marriage, house of partnership, house of agreements, house of relationships, house of pleasant journeys. Jupiter is going to be posited for the whole year. So what are you waiting for? Why don't you tie the nuptial knot? Believe me, it will happen like anything. Moreover, it is also the Lord of the fourth house. So new house constructions may also happen. Your domestic comforts may also happen. And from here, from the seventh house, it is aspecting your 11th house. 11th house is the house of gains, profits, and moreover, everything which is profitable. So it is going to be active. More and more profit you will get. And from the seventh house, Jupiter is aspecting your lagna, your ascendant. It means you. And in all probability, normally Virgo ascendant don't get fat, but when they get the aspect of Jupiter, some fat may come out. They may have some big belly or something like this. So be cautious and invest in your personality development. And believe me, for the whole year, if there is no adverse dasha, your health will remain okay throughout the year. Fine, it will remain fine. But if you don't care, your fat may increase, your weight may increase, and in the long run, it may harm you in so many ways. And Jupiter is also aspecting your third house, the house of valor, efforts, parakrama, and your valor, yes, your efforts, everything. So what is happening, that you will gain due to through your own efforts, your own capabilities, you are going to gain, you are going to profit. And the new associations, I already told you 7th house, the new associations will be there. You will do a lot of effort and you will get profit. So in all, this is the big trine, a big trine, and it is in your favor. Not very lucky, but certainly it is a good situation. Good situation. So it is something like this you may do. Okay, and from 13th April to 29th April, and from 12th July to 17th January, the Jupiter will activate your house of gains as well as your associations and partnerships, your marital happiness, your partner. So you will gain due to your partners, your associations, your spouse. All these will be instrumental in the new gains for you. It may be monetary gains, it may be or otherwise, but gains will be there due to their efforts. So so don't take some adventure risk, make new relationship, make new association. This year Jupiter is with you. And from 29th April to 12th July and in 2022, and from 17th January to 22nd February in 2023, Jupiter is aspecting your third house. Third house is the efforts, valor, your courage, everything. So you will be highly courageous, and moreover, third house is also the house of change. Yeah, you may change your house, but it will be very nearby, not far from, or your business place may change, or you may have to take short journeys. These things may happen to you, and you may take benefit of all these. And if you want to see the what is in store from the side of Jupiter for your spouse, see what I am going to tell about the Pisces Ascendant. If you want to know what is in store for your children, you may see what I am going to tell about the Capricorn Ascendant. If you want to know what is in store for your mother, just see what I am going to tell about the Sagittarius Ascendant. And if you want to know what is in store for your father, just see what I already tell about the Taurus Ascendant. And for the elder brothers and sisters and friends, Cancer Ascendant, you may see what I told. And for the younger brothers and sisters, I am to tell about the Scorpio Ascendants. So this is all about the Virgo. Now I am going to cover the Libra Ascendants. For the Libra Ascendants, the Jupiter Jupiter is shifting to your 6th house, the house of debt, loan, diseases, enmity, court cases. All these bad things are covered by the 6th house. So whether Jupiter will enhance? No, I already told you Jupiter will destroy the house. So a lot of maleficence of this house will be reduced with the passage of Jupiter from this house, because moreover Jupiter is in its own house. And even if enmity will happen, it will be with very learned people, with the person of stature. It will not from the lowly person. Just remember this. So ideally I would suggest you to not to have enmity with anyone, but having enmity with a mafia or with an intellectual, certainly the enmity with intellectual is preferable. And diseases, if occur, it will be related to Jupiter. It will be diabetes, liver problem, and these things. Okay, so these are the diseases may occur. And loan, yes, loan is also active. And if you wanted to take up a big loan for your growth, this is the time to activate these things. activate these things. And take a big loan, you will get very easily the loan which you had awaited since long. Since long you were awaiting this loan, you will be able to raise that loan. Okay. Okay, from this Jupiter is aspect in your 10th house, the house of growth, and house of promotion, house of achievement, house of recognition. And one thing I wanted to actually I just forgotten. 6th house is the house of struggle and competition. So if there is some competition, a struggle, you will get success. You will get success because 10th house as well as the house of struggle and competition, is both of them are active highly, and you will get success with the common activation of these two houses. Okay, and Jupiter is also active in your 12th house. 12th house is the house of investment, repayment, confinement, jail, hospital, and everything. You have very bad, very good, I don't know, but one will be confined, and financially the money goes. It may be investment or repayment or expenditure, anything. So ideally I will suggest you have to make expenditure on some good deeds or for investment, some construction, something like this. And Jupiter is also aspecting your 2nd house, house of wealth. So you will not be deprived of wealth. Even expenditure will be high, but you will not be deprived of wealth. Believe me, you will not be deprived of wealth at any cost. So the whole thing, what you are getting, are you getting any signals? You are struggling, you are confined, but ultimately you are getting respect and prestige, and you are making expenditure, but your wealth is also increasing. So if for the Libra people, this house, the whole impact of Jupiter is very confusing, but the best thing is that your prestige will be increased. Your prestige will increase. And persons who are attending competitive exams for their source of living, or even so this is the best period for them. Competitive exams for government service or something like this, or for getting very good job, this is for Libran Ascendant, this is very good job. They should confine themselves. They should confine themselves at a particular place and do focused work, and they will get ultimately the success at any cost. So this is the thing. And from 13th April to 29th April 2022, and from 12th July to 17th January in 2023, Jupiter is actively, highly active for your 6th house, house of struggle, house of competition, and 10th house, house of recognition, fame, achievement. So this is the best period for getting some achievement, for getting success in competitive exams, even for visa. Yes, even for visa, this Jupiter period is excellent. I just forgotten to inform you. And this particular period in the whole year is very, very, very positive, very positive. So if you want to appear some exam for visa clearance in USA or some big country, this is the great. And for change of country, this is also the period is great. Okay. And from 29th April to 12th July 2022, and in 2023 from 17th January to 22nd April, Jupiter is aspecting 2nd house from 6th house. So you may get some wealth due to court decree, some dispute or some disease. Due to some disease, you may get big insurance money. It may also be possible that there may be some struggle in your immediate family, remember. So just avoid that. And some diseases related to mouth may also occur in this period for Librans. Okay, so this is the whole for Libran ascendants. And if Librans, if you want to know what is in store for a spouse, see what I already told for Aries Ascendant. If you want to know what is in store for your children, see what I am going to tell about the Aquarius Ascendants. For your mother, see Capricorn Ascendant prediction, and for father, see Gemini Ascendant predictions. I already told. For your elder brothers and sisters and friends, see what I had told about the Leo Ascendant, and see Sagittarius Ascendant prediction. I am going to tell about your younger brothers and sisters. So in totality, this is for my bouquet for Librans. Now I am going to cover the Scorpio Ascendants. Scorpions, Jupiter is shifting to your fifth house of creation. It may be in the form of children, or it may be form of some big education or hobby or writing a book. Any creation come in the purview of fifth house. Any creation come in the purview of fifth house, and Jupiter is going there, but Jupiter always destroys something. So see and keep close watch your relationship with your children. Do not over teach them, do not over tutor them, otherwise there is a risk of getting alienated. But if you want to be blessed with children, this is the good period. This is the very good period, because from here Jupiter is also aspecting ninth house. Ninth house is the secondary house for children. Although it is the house of father, but it is also secondary. So if you want to get blessed with children, this is the best period. Believe me, this is the best period. And moreover, ninth house is the house of court, house of judiciary, house of religious journeys, house of long journeys, house of father. So if you wanted to go on a long journey, some foreign journey or religious journey, tirth yatra, spiritual journey, this is the best period. Accompany with your father. And do some hard journey with your father. Go on a religious journey along with your father. Have a tete-a-tete and discuss so many things which he always wanted to discuss with you, and you didn't have time. This is the best period for their journey. From Jupiter is also aspecting the house of gains. So a lot of gains may happen, especially if you stick to your religious principles. Serve your father and get a lot of. And Jupiter is also aspecting your own ascendant, you. And the biggest risk, although you will remain healthy throughout the period, biggest risk with the Jupiter's aspect is that you may gain weight. And in the long run, weight is going to harm you on the health front. So it is something like this. Jupiter is aspecting so many things, gain, fifth house, creation, religion, everything. So it is overall a good period, not excellent period, but for Scorpion it is a good period. And from 13th April to 29th April in 2022, and from 12th July to 17th January in 2023, Jupiter is actively aspecting fifth house and ninth house. So these periods are very good for being blessed with children, or creating something, or getting blessings from father. And from 29th April to 12th July, and from in 2022, and from 17th January to 22nd April, is heavily aspecting your ascendant. So in this period, all likelihood you will get vain. So just avoid, keep discipline, don't have heavy food. Okay, Scorpions, thank you. And if you want to know about your spouse, what is in store, see what I already told for the Taurus Ascendant, for your children. I am going to tell for the Pisces Ascendant, for your mother, see for Aquarius Ascendant what I am going to tell, and for your father, I have already told about the Cancer Ascendant, you may go through, and for your elder brothers and sisters, see what I have already told about the Virgo ascendants, and for younger brothers and sisters, you may see the Capricorn ascendants prediction, which I will tell you shortly. Okay, now it is the turn of the Sagittarius ascendants. Sagittarius ascendants, the Jupiter is Lord of your own ascendant. It is going to your fourth house, house of domestic comfort, house of your mother, house of your building, house for your vehicle, every comfort. Certainly, comforts will increase, but domestic happiness may come down. Domestic happiness will come down, or you may construct some new building, you may buy another vehicle, something like this will happen. But uh, there is certainly something, because it is house related to signified by the mother, so something important may happen regarding your mother, good or bad, I don't know. Specific horoscope will tell, but certainly something new may come up. And from here, Jupiter is aspecting your eighth house, house of surprises, house of surprises, house of hurdles, bottlenecks. But if you go into deep, you do some research, it will certainly benefit you a lot. It will benefit you. If you are inactive in research, certainly it will benefit you a lot. And from here, Jupiter is aspecting your 10th house. Your 10th house is the house of prestige, growth, promotion, and Jupiter is continuously aspecting this house. So certainly you will get promotion and growth due to, if you go into very deep. If you go into very deep, and your 12th house, which is ruled by the Scorpio, is also going to be active. Your 12th house is the house of expenditure, house of foreign, house of confinement. So my advice for all these Sagittarius ascendant is that, keeping in view all these activated house, don't move here and there, keep focused, remain in your house, and remain confined and research something. You will certainly get something new which will benefit you a lot. It will enhance your progress, it will give you a lot of prestige, and certainly it is wonderful period. But you have to plan your dices accordingly. Okay, this is for the and if you go to the period from 13th April to 29th April in 2022, and from 12th July to 17th January in 23, your 8th house and your 4th house is highly active. So remain confined to your house and research something, a lot of hurdle. And your mother's, I believe that there may be some health problem to your mother, although I will inform you how to see your mother just after 2-3 minutes. Okay, so it is something like this. Or if another thing is that you may gain house and property or some building by surprise, by inheritance, without paying anything. You may get something new, and it may also be possible that some legal problem may crop up in the building which you are already staying. So although both the things are possible, I am not restricting anything, okay, to my admission, okay. And from 29th April to 12th July in 2022, and from 17th January to 22nd April in 2023, your 12th house is highly active. So I can see a lot of expenditure, and a lot of expenditure. It may be waste or it may be investment. So ideally, what you should do, you should invest a lot of money. You should make expenditure, because your 4th house is already active. You may do some construction, you may do some buy some vehicle, new vehicle. So ideally you should focus. You may do some investment in real estate, but if you don't do, money will certainly go out, because your 12th house of expenditure, investment, repayment is active already. Okay, so it is certain thing like this. And if you want to know what is in store for your spouse, see what I have already told about the Gemini ascendants. If you want to know about your children, see I told about the Aries ascendant. You want to know what is in store for your mother, see what I am going to tell about the Pisces ascendant. If you want to know what is in store for your father, see what is I already told about the Leo ascendant. If you want to know about elder brothers and sisters, you may go through what I told about the Libra ascendants. If you want to know about the younger brothers and sisters, I will shortly tell for them in the Aquarius Ascendant chapter. Okay, so it is something like this, and with this I am finishing for Sagittarius Ascendant. Now it is the turn of Capricorn Ascendants. Capricorn Ascendants, people, Jupiter is transiting your third house, the third house of efforts, valor, courage, younger siblings, neighbors, and you have to take care of your relationship with your younger siblings, because it is believed that Jupiter where posited destroys the house. But since Jupiter is going to be posited in its own sign, so it is not believed that it will destroy the whole effects, but something may come out in this house. Okay, and moreover, from here Jupiter is aspecting in the Vedic aspect way your seventh house. So the house of marriage, partnership, new associations, it is going to be active. So if you are waiting for the same, just search around your neighborhood, your friend circle, your would-be bride or groom might be there, which you were searching from since long. So it is something like this. So and moreover, Jupiter is also aspecting your ninth house. Ninth house, house of father, house of religion, house of judiciary, house of long journeys. So if you wanted to undertake this journey, you may do. You may do after marriage or just before marriage. I don't know, it is your choice. But the best aspect of Jupiter is on 11th house, the house of gains. The house of gains, it means that you are going to gain a lot in this Jupiter transit, dear Capricornians. And how it is materializing, just see your 7th house, your 9th house, your 3rd house, your 11th house. So your efforts and your a contribution of your partner, your spouse, is going to create a lot of gains for you, a lot of benefits for you. And especially if you are sticking to your religion, which means ethical principles. So a lot of gains in store by the Jupiter in this year. Moreover, what I can see, that new associations which are on cards may be due to your circle, your neighborhood, your friends. Just see them. Some of them may be your partner. I have already told your spouse will come from these circles, but new partnership also may come from this. Which may turn into very fruitful business association. And from 13th April to 29th April in 2022, and from 12th July to 17th January in 2023, your 4th house, it means house of partnership, house of association, house of marriage, is highly active along with your 3rd house. So please do. If you are waiting for your marriage, search around, and even you create partnership in some neighboring countries. Even you may even you may create a business model for your neighborhood. So anything may happen, just contemplate and see the options, something good will come. And from 29th April to 12th July in this year, and from 17th January to 22nd April next year, your 11th house, the house of gains, is very much active. So, and a lot of wealth you may gain in this period. What are you waiting for? Create new partnerships, create new ventures, ultimately to gain a lot of money in this year with the blessings of Lord Jupiter. Okay, and what is in store for a spouse? If you want to know, see what I already told about the Cancer Ascendants. If you want to know about your children, just go through and listen for the Taurus Ascendant what I have said. For your mother, Aries Ascendant position will be, you should understand, and for your father, Virgo Ascendant prediction you should undergo. And for your elder brother and sisters, I have already told something interesting about the Scorpio Ascendants. And for your younger brothers and sisters, I am going to tell under the head Pisces Ascendant. So it was all about Capricorn Ascendants. Now I will cover the Aquarius Ascendants. Dear Aquarians, Jupiter is going to shift to your second house, house of wealth. It is wonderful position. The house of wealth, house of immediate family, house of your resources, house of your speech, and Jupiter is going there. And certainly wealth is going to increase, but there may be some rift in your immediate family, because Jupiter wherever goes, it creates knowledge, it removes darkness. Suddenly you come to know many things about your immediate family, and you may be disillusioned. So, but it is good for the wealth. And from here, Jupiter, and moreover, Jupiter is Lord of a house of gains. So it is very good Raj Yoga. It is very good Raj Yoga for the Aquarians. And here, from here, Jupiter is aspecting your sixth house. Your sixth house is the considered very bad house of loan, house of diseases, house of enmity, house of court cases. All these may happen, and when immediate family and these things are concerned, there may be some division in your immediate family. So control them, see where this rift is happening. Some legal cases may happen among your family members due to increase in wealth. So believe me, don't restrict the increase of wealth, but control the rift. It is my humble advice. Moreover, from the second house, Jupiter is aspecting your 8th house, the house of surprises, house of bottlenecks, house of death, everything. But don't get disheartened. If you are a person who goes into deep, you are in a profession where you are going to research something, certainly something new will come. And Jupiter is also aspecting 10th house, house of growth, promotion, happiness, growth, promotion, recognition. So what you are getting, your 6th house, your 8th house, your 10th house and 2nd house. So if you are struggling to get a government job, you are working, focusing on some competitive exams for getting government job, this is the best period for getting that recognition, because 6th house is also the house of struggle, house of competitiveness, and if you played your dice properly, you will certainly get success with the blessings of Jupiter. But you will have to struggle, you have to create competitiveness in your blood and get focused. Get your 8th house activated, go into the deep of the subject, and certainly success will touch your feet. Otherwise, it is a general period. If you don't do labor, some big problems may come in your way. Okay, from 13th April to 29th April, and from 12th July to 17th January to into 2023, the Jupiter is highly activating your second house and sixth house. So by some legal decree you may get some big money, or some you may get some big insurance money, or your family members may go into dispute in this particular period, or you may your money, your wealth may go down the drain in legal disputes or paying the hospital bills. So remember and avoid these things in this period from 29th April to 12th July in 2022, and from 17th January to 22nd April next year in 2023. Jupiter is heavily aspecting your 10th house, house of promotion, growth, recognition. So be blessed in this period with your efforts and blessings of Jupiter. And if you want to know about your spouse, see what I already told about the Leo ascendants. If you want to know about your children, see what I already told about the Gemini ascendants. If you want to know about your mother, I already told under the head Taurus ascendants. And if you want to know about your father, I already told under the head Libra ascendants. If you want to know about your elder brothers, sisters and friends, see I already told about the Sagittarius ascendants. If you want to know about your younger brothers and sisters, I already told under the head Aries ascendants. It was all about the Aquarius ascendants. Now I will speak about Pisces Ascendant, the last zodiac sign, the sign of change. Dear Pisces, Pisces Ascendants, Jupiter is the Lord of Ascendant. It is coming into your Ascendant only. And you will be more alert, exposed about you and yourself. But the negative thing is that you may gain a lot of weight with this transit of Jupiter. A lot of fat you will consume and you will get weight. Even if you don't eat a lot of fat, you may gain weight. So this is the best period for going to gym and invest in some personality development. Join some gym, do some exercise, don't get accumulate the fat. And from here, Jupiter is aspecting your 5th house, 7th house and 9th house. 5th house is the house of children, house of creation, house of hobbies, house of passions, house of higher education. So if you want to involve any of these, this is the best period for achieving the same. And for children, this is the best period because your 5th and 9th house both are getting active with the aspect of Jupiter, and certainly these two houses simultaneously indicate blessing of children. So please, if you are interested in children, don't hesitate, plan accordingly. If you wanted to write some book, this is also the period. And 7th house is the house of marriage, association, partnership, and 5th and 7th when combined, it means you will marry your love interest. You will marry your love interest. And you may create some partnership or venture or business based on your hobby and passion. These two things, any of these things may happen, but both are very satisfying and miraculous. Are you agreeing with me? Yes, you should agree. Okay, and Jupiter is also aspecting 9th house. 9th house is the house of father, house of religious journeys, house of foreign journeys, house of father. These things are covered by the 9th house, and Jupiter is aspecting. So you may have some foreign association at some association at some foreign place, some new partnership, based on your hobby. Okay, these things I am trying to create some permutation and combination. Or it may also be possible that you and your father are doing separate business. Certainly you discussed and created a joint venture. Okay, creating some venture based on some religious concept. This may also possible. Some legal field, this is also possible. But just avoid going to court. Don't do anything like that. Okay, from 13th April to 29th April this year 2022, and from 12th July to 17th January 2023, Jupiter is highly active. Your lagna or ascendant as well as fifth house, which is the good for creation. So if you wanted to create something, this is the best period, and if you want to get blessed with children, this is also the best period. And from 29th April to 12th July this year, and from 17th January to 22nd April next year, the ninth house is highly active. So plan some foreign journey, religious journey along with your father. Along with father, you will be very blessed. You will be very blessed, and a lot of good things will come in life. Thank you. And if you want to see what is in store for your spouse, see what I already told about the Virgo ascendants. If you want to know what is in store for your children, see what I already told about Cancer ascendants. If you want to know what is in store for your mother, I already told under the head Gemini ascendant. And for your father, I have described under the head Scorpio ascendant. For your elder brothers and sisters, friends, Capricorn ascendant predictions you should undergo. And for your younger brothers and sisters, I have already told under the head Taurus ascendant. With this, we have closed and covered all the ascendants under the zodiac sign, and I believe that like all the past YouTube videos, predictions made by me in this video will also come true. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe the channel. This channel has been, if you want to see this video in Hindi, please visit our Astrodevam Hindi channel. Okay, so with this I am closing the topic. Let the infinite blessings of Lord Jupiter befall upon you. I am Acharya Kalki Krishnan from astrodevam.com. Namaskar.